You know those street magicians who pull like a bowling ball and an entire ladder out of a tiny, impossible little box?
Oh, yeah. That always blows my mind.
Right. Well, today we are pulling off that exact same illusion, but on a massive scale. Welcome to your custom deep dive. You sent us a really fascinating static review of the new Xiaomi SkyNomad N90, which is this highly anticipated range extender SUV.
And our mission today is basically to figure out how clever engineering hides this massive, highly adaptable living space inside what looks like a totally standard vehicle frame.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this.
So the illusion really starts from the outside. I mean, the N90 is roughly 5.25 meters long, but they use these really clever blacked out trims on the lower bumpers and, the side skirts.
It tricks the eye, right?
Yeah, it tricks the eye into looking much more compact. But then you step inside and the interior volume suddenly rivals these massive 5.4 meter behemoths like the Li Auto Mega.
Which is where that magic box feeling really kicks in. And the secret sauce, well, it seems to be this continuous rail system on the floor.
Right. The second and third rows share the exact same set of rails. And that third row is seriously impressive. It's 1,241 millimeters wide.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And to put that in perspective, China requires a minimum of 400 millimeters of width per passenger seat.
Oh, wow. So by hitting 1241, this actually gives 3 full-sized adults genuine breathing room, not just like a bare minimum technicality.
Exactly.
It honestly reminds me of a giant motorized sliding puzzle. Every seat shifts dynamically to prioritize cargo or passengers depending on exactly what you need in that given moment.
And that shared rail system is what unlocks the N90's real party trick, which they call living room mode.
I love that name.
Right. So with a double click, the center console actually glides backward on its own tracks, the rear seats slide closer together, and the front seats rapidly rotate completely around to face the back.
Wait, really? The front seats just spin around?
Fully around, yeah.
Here is where it gets really interesting, because you can then mount a robust office table directly into those floor rails. The pieces lock together to instantly give you a mobile conference room or a dining room for 4.
It's pretty wild.
But something in the review is bugging me. Like, a completely flat, continuous floor from the front to the back of an SUV is incredibly rare. There is usually a bump or, a tunnel for the drivetrain. Yeah. How did they actually pull that off?
Well, what's fascinating here is the sheer ingenuity of the floor's geometry. Xiaomi actually tilted the entire cabin floor upwards by exactly 3 degrees.
Okay, why 3 degrees?
Because the N90 is a range extender, meaning it uses a gas engine as a generator to power electric motors. It requires a rear motor for 4-wheel drive capability.
Right.
So they chose the smallest rear motor on the market, which is just 100 kilowatts. That tiny 3-degree incline perfectly clears the top of that motor.
Well, providing an uninterrupted, totally flat surface with those rails. But every magic trick has a trap door, right? I want to push back on this a little, because to carve out that much space inside, they had to make some serious compromises. Like, the reviewer specifically noted, this car does not have rear-wheel steering.
Yeah, you're absolutely right to call that out. And it really just comes down to physical space. When you push those third-row seats out to 1,241 millimeters, you are physically invading the wheel housings.
Right, making it too tight.
Exactly. You completely lose the physical room required for the rear wheels to pivot, meaning you sacrifice rear wheel steering and impact the turning radius.
Not to mention, because of that 3-degree floor tilt, you are hit with an awkward extra step just to climb into the cabin.
Yeah, that's definitely a drawback.
Plus, to give the front seats enough clearance to spin around, they pushed the instrument panel way back and made the front door panels noticeably narrower. It almost feels like a commercial van up front, with your left elbow crowded against the door.
Yeah. It's a definite physical trade-off, sure, but skipping expensive components like rear-wheel steering and complex floor moldings is exactly how they kept the costs down.
That makes sense.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's a trade-off the broader market might happily accept. The reviewer predicts a budget-friendly starting price of around 249,000 RMB.
Which is incredible.
Think about that. A dual motor, 420 horsepower, 1.5-liter turbo range extender setup with this level of spatial flexibility.
That is a highly disruptive price point.
Highly disruptive. The prediction is that by 2027 or 2028, we will see a flood of industry copycats using these same long rail systems.
So what does this all mean? We started by talking about that magic box pulling impossible things out of a small space. But maybe the real trick is how it changes what we actually want from the box itself.
I agree. This raises a really important question about the future of transportation for all of us.
Exactly. If our vehicles are successfully transforming into flexible, motorized living rooms and offices, will your next car purchase prioritize square footage and furniture over traditional driving dynamics? Are we buying a car, or are we just buying a really fast living room? Something to ponder the next time you slide into the driver's seat.